Hey guys, welcome back to Brownable.com. I'm Kim and today we are making a classic for the holidays, mushroom gravy. Let's get started. The first step is to cut up all of the vegetables you're going to use. So we're using, of course, a ton of mushrooms. Mushrooms shrink down quite a bit, so we're using a lot. I like using a combination of mushrooms. You can use your favorites. We're using shiitake mushrooms today and then regular white mushrooms. We're also going to need some finely minced shallots and onions, and you want a really fine dice with this. If you don't have shallots, simple onion does the trick. It's wonderful. So once you have all of those chopped up, we're gonna head to the stove. We're gonna bring a pot to the stove and heat it at a very low heat, and we're going to melt our non-dairy butter. Let's add our onions and shallots. This seems like a lot of veggies to go in there, but since these are actually going to be sweating in here for quite a while, they're going to reduce a lot. They're going to become nice and buttery, delicious. And we're just going to let those sweat and cook down for 15 to 20 minutes. I know this sounds like a crazy long time, but that is the key to great gravy. You can already see how much these have changed after 20 minutes. They're slightly golden, they've shrunk a lot, and they're all buttery and delicious. We're going to add some all-purpose flour. That's going to act as our thickener for the gravy. And of course we need some seasoning. We're using some sea salt and pepper. We're going to cook that starchy part of the flour just for a couple of minutes. And then we're going to add some more ingredients. It kind of becomes this rich paste, and what you really wanted to do was kill some of that starchy flavor that isn't so nice to eat, and we still have all of those thickening capabilities. So now we're going to add some veggie broth. I like to use a very concentrated broth for this, and we're just going to make sure to mix it well, and we're going to let that cook for about 4 to 5 minutes or until you feel that it's nice and thick. As you can see, this is really thick, so we're going to add a little bit of white wine. We're also adding some heavy non-dairy cream. And we're going to add our mushrooms. Now this is going to take a while because we have quite a few mushrooms in here, so we're just going to do it in stages. Just add them in. Unless you're using a very big pot that can hold them all in at once, you really want to let these reduce and then continue adding. So you want to cook these until they're tender, but we also need a little bit of water or some extra veggie broth to thin out the consistency until it's to your liking. So I'm going to add part of it now and then continue adding my mushrooms and more water or veggie broth as needed. Once your mushrooms are nice and tender and you've added enough water to reach the consistency you like, this is the way I like it. I like it super creamy, but that it still has movement so that it pours down your mashed potatoes, for example. So our next step is to add a little bit of tamari soy sauce. Tamari is going to add some nice flavor, and it's also going to help give it that beautiful darker brown color. So just add, and I want you to taste as you go along. Tamari is salty, so you want to make sure that the amount of salt is to your liking. Look at that beautiful color. It's nice and creamy. I'm going to give it a taste and adjust if needed. Oh my God, that's so good. You can really taste the onions and that rich flavor of the mushrooms. So I'm going to add a little bit more tamari because it needs a little more salt. Of course, after this, you need to taste again. Thank you so much for watching today, you guys. This mushroom gravy will be a favorite, I am sure. It's a favorite at our house. We always serve it at Thanksgiving, Christmas, whenever we have a nice big meal. And it's perfect with any of our seitan roasts, our seitan Wellingtons. You can pour it over mashed potatoes with our creamy sweet potato puree. It's really scrumptious, and the amount we made today feeds a crowd. Super easy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again with more soon.